Welcome to Awesome English. I'm Dan. This is lesson 3 in our narrative series. In the previous lessons, we learned about the macro and micro features of narrative text. We learned that the macro features were orientation, build-up, problem, resolution, and ending. Now in this lesson, we're going to learn all about the orientation. We're going to write one together. Let's get moving. Now, the orientation describes the characters and the settings for your awesome narrative. It's always great to start with an awesome hook to catch your reader's attention. Perhaps you're rafting down a river through a beautiful forest. Either way, it's awesome to start with a hook. Spend a few minutes now, think of a hook for your narrative, talk to the person next to you, or say it out loud. Okay, so we're in a river. We're paddling down a stream. This is the perfect time to describe the characters and setting and to hook the reader into our story. So this is our orientation today. Now you can innovate it or change it to suit your idea. Let's check it out. Oscar stared into the crystal clear water, caressing it with his hand as the canoe floated down the river. The sun danced higher in the sky, reflecting the trunks and branches. The forest whizzed by like a green blur. Home felt smaller and smaller as Oscar paddled south. He loved adventure, and his wild hair reflected the thoughts in his head. Oscar's patchy jacket was well worn, but it kept him warm as he paddled south, looking for adventure. Let's do a quick recap before you start writing your own orientation. Can you spot any literary devices in this paragraph? Can you see any simple, compound, or complex sentences? Where is the setting? Who are the characters? Talk to the person next to you or say it out loud. Reflect on those things. Now it's over to you. Work with a partner or do it by yourself. Can you write your own orientation? Now, use this example here to help you. You may want to copy or innovate, change some of the parts in this text to help you out. Okay, let's get started. Let's recap. It's time for you to peer or self-edit your orientation draft. You should now have a better idea of what an orientation is. It's time to edit or check your partner's work or your own. You may want to annotate or highlight the key features or those micro elements of a narrative text. You might want to look for literary devices, past tense verbs, anything like that you can see as one of our learning objectives. Okay, can you improve or add anything? Check it out. Okay, I hope that editing session went well. Here is an example of my orientation with those key micro elements annotated. Maybe yours looks something similar to this. Either way, it's an awesome process to improve your writing. Let's keep moving. All right, now it's time for a recap of the learning objectives we set ourselves at the beginning of this lesson. Give me a thumbs up if you were able to write an orientation paragraph today. Give me another thumbs up if you now know that an orientation describes the characters and the setting within a text. Give me another thumbs up if you're able to use some of those awesome literary devices. And another thumb if you're able to innovate or change some of those aspects in the example text. Could you use past tense verbs? And did you use a mix of simple and compound sentences? All right, guys, remember, if you want more information on this stuff, check out the videos that describe them in more detail. Let's keep going. Now it's time for some independent learning to consolidate what we achieved today. Now, go away and write another orientation for a different narrative. It'll help you consolidate all those aspects from our awesome checklist. Use the awesome checklist to help you. Good luck and have fun. And remember, practice makes progress. Thanks for learning us today at Awesome English. I hope you improved your writing skills and really develop your ideas of narratives and writing and orientation. I'll see you next time, and remember to stay awesome.